Hello, Ian here once again, and this week I'm going to talk mainly about portable gaming and open source management. I'll start with Gunpei Yokoi, who was a key designer at Nintendo from the late 60s until 1996. What did he do for Nintendo exactly? Well, lots of things. But his crowning achievement was easily the Game Boy in 1989. The Game Boy revolutionized portable gaming by being the first device of its kind, and it managed to withstand the competition by being very cost-effective. The Game Boy rendered simple games in simple monochromatic graphics and with no backlighting, but that enabled it to maintain a long battery life, which is ideal for portable gaming, because the appeal of handheld game consoles is that they enable you to play games in places where it would otherwise be inconvenient or impossible, like on a camping trip or a long bus ride. And in those situations, you wouldn't want to have to bring along, like, a suitcase full of batteries to keep your games going. And Atari and Sega didn't seem to realize this. Their handhelds rendered advanced, full-color graphics and featured backlit screens. But as a trade-off, they were total battery eaters. I played a friend's Game Gear before. That thing took 4 AA batteries to generate 3 to 5 hours of gameplay. Because of this critical flaw, the links in Game Gear crashed and burned, while the Game Boy continued to soar. Alright, next I'm going to talk about emulators. An emulator is basically a program that allows you to download and play old video games on your personal computer. Here's how it works. You'd first download an emulator off of some sketch website, and then you'd download ROMs, which are files that contain a copy of the data from a video game cartridge or disc. Finally, you'd open the emulator and use it to access the ROMs you just downloaded. And bam! Video games. I've personally had a lot of experience with emulators. In fact, there was a period in like 2003 where I almost exclusively played old NES and Super NES games via emulators. I got to experience a ton of great games that I missed out on in their initial run, like Super Mario RPG, Super Metroid, and pretty much all the old Mega Mans. Emulators are a wonderful thing, but they're also illegal, so their use isn't very widespread. However, Nintendo eventually gave gamers the ability to do it legally with the Wii's Virtual Console, which allows gamers to download old console games to play on their Wii. For a price, of course. Finally, I'm going to talk about open source management in relation to mobile gaming. For starters, open source refers to software for which the source code is made available to the general public for modification and or redistribution. In the realm of mobile gaming, the major pioneer in open source management was Google's Android operating system. Anyone can create and distribute apps with Android, and as of October 2012, there are around 700,000 apps available for it. That is almost single-handedly why today we live in a culture of apps where there's an app for pretty much anything you can think of. Okay. That pretty much does it for this week's video. Until next week.